Welcome to a new video. In this video, I am going to discuss about one Leetcode problem, and that problem is based on array. Okay, so the question is majority element. Given an array nums of size n, return the majority element. A majority element is the element that appears more than float function of n by 2 times. Okay, and you may assume that the majority element always exists in the array. Means you will always get the majority element. Okay, so and what is the majority element? Majority element, the element that is appears more than float function of n by 2, and n is the array length, right? So now at first I just want to discuss about this float function of n by 2. Okay, so float function of n by 2. Okay, so now if you let me just take the first example. Okay, this example. So what is the array length? Array length is 3 by 2. So in math, if you do this calculation, you will get 1.5, right? But this 1.5 you can get in programming also. How? If you do, then double 3 by 2. If you do this way, you will get 1.5. So now if you do like this way, like int I, you are storing in a integer type variable 3 by 2, you will get 1. Okay, so now if you do the float function of 3 by 2, it will give you what? It will give you 1. Why so? Because float function of n by 2, it will give you the largest integer that is less than or equals to the value of n by 2, right? So here the what is the value of n by 2? So in math you will get 1.5, but float function of n by 2, it will give you the largest integer, right? So if you take the largest integer, obviously here 1 is the largest integer, and obviously value is less than or equals to the value of n by 2, right? Means I think the concept is totally clear to you. So if you now just do the float function of 3 by 2, it will give you 1. Okay, but in the same way, if you do the simple division like 3 by 2 in a like in programming, and you just store that value in an integer type variable, it will give you same result 1, right? Means in two cases you will get the same result. So now if I take the first example, what is the occurrence of 3? The occurrence of 3 is 2, right? The occurrence of 3 is 2. And what is the occurrence of 2? What is the occurrence of 2 is 1, right? But majority element is the element that appears more than float function of n by 2, right? So obviously 2 is greater than 1, right? That's why here 3 is your output result, right? So here in the second example, here 2 occurs total 4 times. Okay, 2 occurs total 4 times and 1 occurs total 3 times, right? And array length is 7. Okay, so now 7 by 2 in programming, it will obviously give you only 3, right? Because here I am storing the value in an integer type variable. You can assume this way. So now what will be the majority element? Obviously 4 is greater than 3, right? That's why here 2 is your output. I think the total question is totally clear to you. So yeah. Okay, so now as you can see, you have to calculate the element that appears more than float function of n by 2, right? So how you can calculate the appearance of each element? For that reason, you can obviously use hash map. Okay, and in the key part, you can store the element. In the value part, you can store the number of the occurrences of that particular element, right? So now I will just take the hash map. Okay, hash map. Okay, so now I will just traverse this nums array. Okay, so I will use here for each loop. You can use normal for loop. Okay, so in hm to put, at first you have to specify the value, right? The value is I. Okay, then hm dot get or default. Okay, just a second. Or default I, 0 plus 1. Okay, so what's going on here? As you can see, I'm just putting the values in the hash map. But how? in the key part I'll store the nums array elements. Okay, in the value part I'll store the, so hm.get.default value will give me the value of I. If I don't have any value, it will give me this default value. Okay, so here this 0 is a default. If I don't have any value for that particular I, means for that particular element, then it will simply give me this default value 0. Okay, and we'll just add +1 with that particular given value. Okay, so this process is going on. Okay, so now if we just like after this for loop in the hash map, what we will have, like here I'm just taking the first example. Okay, we will have for 3 we will have 2, and for uh, 2 we will have only 1, right? Because the number of the occurrence of 2 is 1 and the number of the occurrence of 3 is 2 times. Okay, so I think it's clear up to this, right? So now what we will do next, we'll just traverse this hash map. Okay, if get, so e dot get value will give me the value, or you can say the number of the occurrence of the each element, because in the value part we are storing the number of the occurrence of each element, right? So e dot get value will give me the value of that particular element. Okay, now what is the condition? The majority element is appears more than float function of n by 2. Okay, so and I have a condition like greater than n by 2, then what we will do, we will just return that particular key. That's all, key. Okay, so then at the end we will just return 0. So now I'll just run it. I did not declare this n, so let me just declare this n. Okay, n nums dot length, right? So now just run it. Okay, get key. Okay, my solution is code accepted. So now I just submit this.